happening, Toku Nation, and welcome to a brand new video on the Power Rider Rastro channel. And today's review is gonna be Kaizuko Sentai Gokaiger. And also, I'm sitting down, and I also have this nice backdrop. Look at it, it's GV4Z. How can you not love that? So, this review is going to be covering that season, and I'm gonna try to not be so blabbery today and just kind of go for it. So, as always, if you guys like this video, be sure to like and also comment what you think, and also hit subscribe so we can hit 100 subscribers by the end of the year. It's been a hot minute since I uploaded, so yeah, we're gonna get to it. So something interesting about Gokaiger is that it's an anniversary season. This is celebrating the 35th anniversary of Super Sentai. And a lot of people seem to have mixed feelings about anniversary seasons in general and how noobs shouldn't watch them unless they watch Sentai before it. And honestly, I don't think it's true for this example. No, for this show. Yeah. It wouldn't really apply here because I think this is a great way to just dive into Sentai and Tokusatsu in general, because it has all the tropes, it has all the laughs, it has all of the normal Sentai stuff, but then you also can be introduced by other Sentai teams cameoing in. Hurricaneger was there in a couple episodes, and we have a tons of different references and different characters coming back and all of that jazz, and it's dope. I love seeing all these all these old faces, and everybody is just seemingly having a good time with the show. I really like it. I really like all the cameos we got. I don't really know a lot of these cameos myself, but the ones I do know, I'm oh, I like that. It's pretty cool. And I really like how they utilize these cameos, like how the Gokaigers are here to gather the secret powers of each Sentai team and use it to open the doorway to find great treasure of the universe. And it's really well done here because the Sentai teams, well, not teams, so the characters, the individual rangers that come back have a lesson or such to teach the Gokaigers before they can get the grand power. And that's really well done here, and it really kind of leads up to the whole deal with them not really regarding themselves as a Sentai team of heroes or whatever, and they're just pirates. So as the show goes on and team bonds strengthen, even though the team is pretty well established from the beginning, it feels like they're actually heroes at the end of the show, which is really cool because we don't really get that a lot in Sentai. It's more of a writer thing where a character has to learn how to be a hero in that sense. And here it's framed as them just doing what they have to do to get the treasure. But in reality, it's they actually are progressing and learning about each other and themselves when they are being a team. And it's really cool. By the way, I love all these characters. They're all awesome. Even the villains, unlike Shinkenger, all the villains, even though they don't seem all that deep because they aren't, they're pretty simple from the get-go. They feel fairly entertaining to watch. And I just love the episode with Red Racer, and he comes in, and then one of the monsters falls in love with him, and then all the weird hijinks that comes in with that. That's just amazing. Great. I love our team here. Marvelous is this cool-headed, kind of cocky guy who doesn't really seem like he cares about everybody else, but he actually does. And then there's Joe, who is this like battle hardened warrior kind of deal, and he is like the swordsman of the group, and he is really good at that. He also has this thing with Bizorg, and how Bizorg is actually his old friend who was turned into a cyborg after they both tried to escape Zandiark and their whole army military force thing. And Luca is also amazing. She is like this older sister type character who is really tough and like really like she has a soft spot for like helping the weaker characters, especially some of Warnoff's and especially Don, who they call Doc in this because he's like a doctor and he is a scientist kind of character who is always like making stuff and always like fixing stuff whenever things are needed to be created or fixed. That's how they got the canon later on in the show, even though they like have it. They already had a finishing move, but I'm not complaining. Then we have I'm. She didn't seem like all that much. She didn't seem like that like deep or complex, honestly. She seemed like a more standard pink with like caring and loving and sweet and nice. But then like when we learn more about her later on, it feels like she has a bit more layers to her where it feels like she's not just here to be a pirate, but she has like a specific purpose as like she was a princess. Planet was destroyed, and she's a part of the Gokaigers to make everybody of her people know that yeah, she's still alive and she's fighting this, which is really dope. And she's cute. I mean, she has her cute moments, especially in the Alba Ranger episode where they had to use the Alba Ranger powers, but she didn't have a key. But it's just she was a Pink Ranger, but she wasn't actually a Pink Ranger. Hilarious, hilarity. Just that episode is just great. And we have our favorite character, which is freaking Guy. Guy is the hilarious comic relief Sixth Ranger who honestly feels like he's supposed to be funny. Kind of like Genta and Shinkenger. Apparently, I have a thing for comedic Sixth Rangers. But Guy is also the Sentai fanboy, which I'm pretty sure a lot of us can, like, relate to. And he's, like, calling out and, like, pointing out all the different faces that we are seeing, especially when he met Black Bull, who wanted to be Gokai Silver, and he was like having this whole thing is like it'd be really cool if he was Gokai Silver, but I need to be the one to be Gokai Silver, and like that's how they got the grand power for Ginga Man. That was pretty cool. Great episode. And if I was gonna choose a second best character, I'd say it'd be Doc because he is like this stumbly dude who isn't really like combat-y. He's like I said, he's a scientist. He doesn't really like fighting. But when he does fight, he really does bring it on, right? He like has this dual pistol deal that he does, and he's like trying to use everything that he can to actually push back his enemies whenever he is fighting, and he really does pull his weight on the team, especially in that episode where he had to save Marvelous after he lied to everybody about how he was this like hero on his planet and he could have like stopped the Zandiark by himself, and it was like that was a really good pair of episodes, and I really think that really drove home how I feel about Doc because I feel sometimes I'm not the hero or whatever, so I feel like I gotta like play it up and things go wrong where I actually have to prove that I am who I am. And Doc really does that here. Even though he says that he wasn't a hero, he actually is. And he just needed to see that for himself. Everybody else did. Mike ain't. So, I love the action. I love the music. The Gokaiger opening is awesome. The Hero Getter is how I am finally able to name every Sentai up to Gokaiger from Go Ranger. And it's just like it's very catchy. It's like say all the names of the Sentai and like boom, it's pretty good. Sound design wise, it's like it's all right. Things are where they should be. Special effects are how they should be. Even though I don't really like the sword slash effects, I like the sound effects for the sword slashing. It's like it's kind of just like too loud, I guess. But yeah, I really enjoyed watching it, especially during the fight scenes where everything feels like it's moving. It feels interesting to watch, and it's really good to watch. Like, look up some of the fights in Gokaiger, it's pretty dope. And we can't talk about Gokaiger without finishing off with Bosco, who is probably my favorite antagonist slash villain in Sentai so far. Because the thing about Bosco is that he's like this sadistic guy. He's like the guy who is willing to throw things under the bus just to get what he wants. And that's how he ended up like betraying Akared and Marvelous when they were the pirate. They were like looking for the grand treasures of the the Sentai Ranger teams. And they, while he was with them, they were able to gather all of the Ranger keys, and that's how, in beginning of Gokaiger, that's how they had all the Ranger keys from the beginning, except for the 6 ones, because Bosco took those ones apparently. And like, I like how he is this like troll in a way because he calls Marvelous Marvy-chan, and it's like, bro, that's funny. And he's just fun to watch, especially when he gets his monster form, which is really dope. It's a really cool design. I like that, along with the other designs in the show. And he's just like this force to be reckoned with. And whenever we do see him, even though it's not a lot of times, he does cement that. And he really does show that he is a threat. And then, like, in the final battle between him and Marvelous, it's just like, boom, awesomeness, great fight, and just how he like dies in the way that probably should, kind of deserved it. But it was a very, very cathartic end because the first he threw everything away just to get what he wants, but he ends up like not getting it because he screwed everybody else over, which is fun. And I think that's all I really have to say about Gokaiger. So, with all that being said, thank you all so much for watching. And next time, we should be talking about Kamen Rider. I don't know if I'm going to be talking about Xaid or Dragonite or Ghost or whatever. I might do Build or whatever or something. But that's all for now, and I'll see you all next time. Peace.